So, good morning, I'm Giulia Ricci, a prehistoric archaeologist. I come from Italy when I did my study and thanks to my PhD carried out in co-tutel between the Tuscan University of Florence and Pisa and the University of Paris-Nanterre, I started working to the French research group. In particular, in a project that continues today in the southern eastern French, the site of Près-de-l'Or, located in the Var region. After my thesis finished in September 2018, I joined the project Bushman, directed by Guillaume Porrat's and Aurore Val, about the human occupation of the Ogristat Valley in the Limpopo region. This project involved the joint investigation and the study of the two sites located in the north part of the Drakensberg mountain chain. The site of Bushman Rock Shelter, excavated from the Professor Elof in 1970s, and the site of Unigeskrans. It's another big rock shelter investigated by Beaumont in 1981. The mission carried out each year include a part of fieldwork, so the archaeological excavation of these two sites, and the study of material. In particular, I studied the lithic industry of the Little Stone Age of the site of Unigeskrans. My thesis and research project focus on a chronological range between the last glacial maximum and the Holocene, so around between 24 and 10,000 years ago, before present. So some important technical change in the lithic industry take place in during this period. Firstly, a phenomenon of miniaturization of lithic tool called microlithism, which, although present in earliest period, now reached its maximum expression. This technical process seems to have been in highest point at the end of Pleistocene, leading to a sort of cul-de-sac. In fact, from a technical point of view, it seemed that it was not possible to evolve anymore. So the next technological completely break this pattern by changing in technical system. The Holocene industry, preface wrongly called the macrolithic, a name that nevertheless gives a good idea of the change in relation to the earliest microlithic industry. They see a considerable change in a production aim and in the technical system put in place to obtain them. This technological study show evolutionary trend that have strikingly similarity between Europe, Mediterranean and Southern Africa. In Europe, we find cultural features like Epigravettian, Magdalenian, Azilian and Sovietarian industry, as opposed at lithic assemblage called indifferentiate Epipaleolithic. In Southern Africa, more simply, the rubber lithic industry, characterized by the microlithic feature, give way to the new Oekhurst technology. It sounds so abstract and complex, but think of the mobile phone, for example. The technical trend recorded is one of the strong miniaturization. In 50 or 20 years, we have arrived at the nanotechnology that has made it possible to reduce the size of this object to a third of the initial size. But this miniaturization did not allow future evolution, and so the size of this object has increased again to the benefit of the other technical factor. And among the various questions underlying my research project is why this happens. So South Africa has always been a privileged land of prehistoric study. from paleoanthropologic as the land of human evolution to prehistoric archaeology. This is thanks to incredible preservation of the archaeological remains. Just think to the Border Cave, for example, a site in KwaZulu-Natal, or the other site, many sites that show an impressive archaeological sequence with the stratigraphy of meter and meter of human occupation. So for me, there is the incredible potential in terms of conservation of archaeological remains and the important geographical extension of the territory, which include the different biomes, geological situation, etc. Even from a diachronical point of view, the scale is large and covers all ages of prehistory, from the earliest history of the humankind to the colonization. So in this vast area and time scale, despite a century of study, our knowledge is still very low compared to incredible potential. It is also an area where different universities and research centers from all over the world have always collaborated. And the comparison between different schools and approach, including different methodologies of study, is important and contributed to the advancement of the research. I'm very Platonian in this sense. I firmly believe that without dialogue and confrontation, there is not scientific research. And as I said, in this sense, South Africa is a good example. National and international team, South African, French, German, and many others, are working here. The scientific debate that arises from this only serve to nourish and increase the research itself. Similarly, interdisciplinary study cannot be ignored today. And here, as we said, the enormous archaeological potential in terms of preserving the remains and the vast range of archaeological vestiges, stone and bone tools and fauna, beads and elements of burial and art, archaeological residue and seed, for example, participate at this interdisciplinary approach that bring incredible results from the reconstruction on environment and the behavior of prehistoric human group. And before finish, I want to add the last one important thing. We all know that the world of research is difficult. Institutions such as IFAS make it possible for the researcher to carry out a project and study. So I would like to thank Thomas Vernet and the current director Giulia and the whole team working at the French Institute of South Africa for the important support over the year of the Bushman project and consequently to myself. The result achieved, both scientific and personal, would not have been possible without your support. So thank you.